with you like I said.
and many more. To listen to our programs, follow us live on all our social media platforms on Facebook at Aloore Radio, Twitter and Instagram at Aloore Radio. You can also subscribe on our YouTube page on Aloore Radio. Make sure you click on the notification bell so you know when we are live. This is Aloore Radio, the voice of Oyo State.
I know sometimes it be like say, nobody send you, that's when I pray for you, my friend. Party no vex for me, say I never call you since, but I hope that you are well. I hope you might get tell. Every day I dey pray for you, make you Baba come bless you. I never forget you, I won't forget you. See my shoulder, make you rest upon me. You know I got you, now me be your friend indeed. My money don't show now, I don't keep some for you. You know go so far, cause anything I get now for me and you. Yeah. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it be like say, nobody said you, that's when I did for you, my friend. How are you, my friend?
Hello and good morning. Welcome to the Law and Business Clinic on Aloore Radio. It's been quite a long time. We've missed you guys very much. We've been away, unavoidably absent, but I am back now and I am so excited and glad to be here with you guys today. If you are listening to me in your homes, in your vehicles, in your offices, I just want to remind you once again that this is the Law and Business Clinic on Aloore Radio. You can check us out at www.facebook.com/Aloore Radio, or you can check us out on our YouTube channel, which is Aloore Radio. YouTube, www.youtube.com/Aloore Radio. You can also check out our website, www.alooreradio.com. And for any inquiries, you can hit us up on our mobile numbers 0903 985 3731. Now, once again, welcome to the Law and Business Clinic on Aloore Radio. If you've been a part of this show in the past, you know that all we do on this show is talk about business. We like to say that we operate where law meets business, and so our work is to simplify business and the laws that surround doing business in Nigeria for entrepreneurs, for startups. You know, we just want to make it easier and more understandable for all of us to succeed. Right, so today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, and it's a topic that I think touches home to anyone who is doing business in Nigeria, in Africa, in Ibadan. If you are doing business, then you know that the subject of money touches on every business person. And so today's topic is ways to fund your businesses in Nigeria, how to access funds for your business in Nigeria. I've heard so many entrepreneurs say, and rightly so, that money is very hard to come by. Business money is very hard to come by. A lot of businesses have shut down actually because of lack of funds. So when I say that we're talking about financing, tips for financing or for funding your startup or your business, then I know that this is a topic that every one of us will be very interested in. Like I said, one of the biggest factors, one of the biggest issues that comes to play when it comes to the success or the failure of your business is is funding or financing. It's, I mean, even in the case of NGOs, which are non-governmental organizations or not-for-profit companies, money is very, very necessary to keep the business running. I mean, whether you may be renting an office space or a production area, you will need money to pay rent. If you have staff, then you will need monies to pay their salaries. Even if you are working solo from home, you still have to fuel your gen, you still have to buy data, you still have to buy NEPA units, to keep your business running. So some of the questions that I hope I'll be able to answer today is, who can you turn to? Who can you turn to when your business requires money? I also want to answer, how do you access the funds you need when you need them? And also, what are the different types of funds that are available for startups and businesses, and how easily can you access them? And finally, what are the effects, either positive or negative, of some of these funds to your businesses? So let's jump right in, and then we hope we can do this topic enough justice today. So, how do you get money in Nigeria? How do you get money to start your business? If your business is like the majority of the businesses out there, if you as an entrepreneur are like the majority of the entrepreneurs out there in Ibadan or in Nigeria or Africa as a whole, you will know that the very first way you fund your business is what we call bootstrapping. Bootstrapping. Now, what is bootstrapping? It's very, very simple. When people talk about bootstrapping, don't let the terminology intimidate you. All bootstrapping simply means is using whatever you have at your disposal to run your business. So when it comes to bootstrapping, we have 2 or 3 different types or aspects or areas of boot that we talk about when we refer to bootstrapping. And of course, the very first would be self-funding. Now, of course, most Nigerian businesses, like I said earlier, begin their businesses. The business owners begin their businesses with their own personal funds or capital, capital that they have saved. Or sometimes you find out that some business owners, some entrepreneurs have 9-to-5 jobs, and they use their salary or part of their salary from their 9-to-5 jobs to fund their businesses. So this is what we call one of the areas of bootstrapping. One of the things we refer to, the main area we refer to when we talk about bootstrapping, it is self-funding. Because the truth of the matter is this: nobody would fund your business if you cannot fund your business yourself. So for most people, this is the first thing that they will have to do. This is the first area that they have to go to when they are looking for monies for their businesses. Yes, granted, these monies may not be so much. We may not have so much saved up for our businesses. We may not be earning so much from our salaries that we can infuse a lot of that finance into our businesses. But like they say, the journey of 1,000 steps begins with, the journey of 1,000 steps begins with one. So, self-funding. And like I said, a lot of times our family or our friends or our colleagues may not be quick to give us money or lend us the money that we need to run our businesses. So it becomes very imperative. It becomes very, very imperative for us to start up our businesses using our own personal funds and capital. Now, one of the advantages of using your own personal funds to start up your business is that it signals to those around you that you are very serious about your business. It signals to those around you that you are willing to make sacrifices for your business. Okay? So when people begin to see that seriousness in you, when people begin to see the sacrifices that you are making to run your business, they are more likely to want to lend a helping hand when the time comes. Another another advantage of self-funding your business is this: any business at all comes with risks. Okay, now it is very possible that you have the best intentions, you have a great business idea, but it doesn't go as planned. It doesn't go according to plan, and so you lose money. You initially lose money. Now, that impact is not so hard when it is your own money, as against when it is money that you have borrowed or you're using, say, investors' money. Why? Because when your business loses your own personal funds, you're accountable to no one but yourself. But you see, the minute you begin to put in investors' funds or borrowed monies into your business, and that business begins to lose money, remember that you are accountable for that money. Okay? So, two advantages of self-funding your business is, one, people are more likely to take you seriously because they can see the sacrifices that you are making. And then two, even when you make losses, you don't have to run helter-skelter to try to pay anybody back funds that they have invested or funds that you have borrowed. Now, that being said, we all know that your business will get to a stage, or a stage or a point in time where you may no longer be able to self-fund that business. It may be that you need to expand your business. It may be that you need to buy more product. It may be that you need to employ more staff. But the truth of the matter is that at some point in time, you may not be able to self-fund your business. And so what do? You begin to look outside for opportunities or for people who can help to fund your business. Now, usually the first port of call, is what we refer to as family and friends. Okay? So we're still on that bootstrapping. This is still the first way you can raise funds for your business. Okay? So we've talked about self-funding. And now we're talking about family and friends. Now, family and friends, like the name, like the term implies, it refers to those closest to you, your family members. You may have that rich uncle. You may have parents that will be willing to help you out. You may have a brother or a sister. You may have a childhood friend that is willing to put in some money. They've seen you struggle. They've seen you sacrifice for your business, and they are willing to put in some money to help you expand your business, to help you pay rent for your new office, to help you expand on your products, buy more products, etc., etc., etc. And so you have these people that are willing and able to help you out. The good thing about family and friends is that a lot of times, even when you pay back, there is no interest on such loans. So you may take a loan of 100,000 from your brother or your sister to run your business, and with a promise to pay back at a certain date or at an unnamed date in the future. So the good thing about family and friends is that a lot of times there is no pressure on you as a business owner to run around or to pay interest on that loan. You simply borrow the money from them, and then you pay back when you have promised to pay them back that money. And it is very, very important to note that when you borrow money from your family or your friends for your business, make sure you pay that money back. Make sure you pay that money back. Some of us will say, Shebi is my brother, or in some cases when a wife may borrow. So let me shake this table a little bit now. A lady who is doing business, may decide to borrow money from her husband for her business. And so the question now is that loan payable, or is it a loan or a grant? I will advise that when you borrow such monies from your husband as a business loan, pay back the loan so that when you need more, he can lend you more. Okay? So same goes for your friends, especially your friends who are not your family members. It is very important that you maintain your integrity by paying back those loans as and when you say you will pay back those loans. You may even have some situations where your friends would that you want to borrow money from will tell you, you know what, I'm going to give you this money, but you don't have to pay me back in cash. What you will do is that you can pay me back through equity in your business. Why? Because I believe in your business. I see that there is potential in your business. And so rather than pay me back in cash, simply pay me back in equity. Right? So what that simply means is that you will pay your friends or such people, friends or family, you simply pay them by virtue of giving them dividends from your company. A lot of times there's this little document that we'll put in place for such situations. And I always say this, when you are doing business, so let me just quickly chip this in. Whenever you're doing business, right, regardless of whether it's with family or friends, always document, okay? So when we're now talking about receiving loans from your family or your friends in return for equity, there's this document that we refer to. It's called a SAFE. That simply means a simple agreement for equity. Simple agreement for equity. It's called a SAFE. And as the name implies, it just simply keeps both the owner of the business and the lender safe from any problems, that may occur anywhere down the line in the business. Okay, so that's still under bootstrapping. Now let's look at another way to raise funds for your business, and it's a very, very obvious, but it's something that a lot of people tend to shy away from. But it's also a very good way to raise money for your business or for your startup, and it's simply by getting a business partner. You may be the owner of the business, you may be the brains behind the business. However, you may not have the necessary capital you need to run that business, to take that business from the idea stage to fruition. Okay? So what can you simply do? Look for someone who has the capital and is willing to invest in you and invest in your business. And you make that person your partner. There are so many businesses that today would not even hear about them, know about them, if the founders of those businesses had not brought on business partners at some point in time. Okay, a very, to bring it home, a very good example. I could cite all the Facebook and all of that, but I won't. Let me bring it home for us. I'm sure we've all heard of Iroko TV. Now, Iroko TV was founded by a gentleman known as Jason Njoku. So Jason Njoku founded Iroko TV. But at the time he was building that business, he didn't have the capital to push the business. So what did he do? He simply had a conversation with one of his schoolmates, and he said, listen, I need to push this business. I don't have the funding to push this business. I know that you have some funds. Why don't you come in as a partner? And so this gentleman came in as a partner, and they had a 50-50 stake in the business. And the gentleman invested 150,000 naira at the time. Sorry, $150,000. Excuse me, $150,000 in Iroko TV. So he was the financier, he was the financial partner in that business. Jason Njoku was the man on the ground. He understood the business, understood how to push the business in Nigeria. And today, the value of Iroko TV is valued at within the region of $40 million. Now imagine if Jason had not brought on a partner to finance that business. We will not know about Iroko TV today. So always always, don't be afraid to bring on a partner into your business, right? Bring in a financial partner that has the financial capacity to help you push the business while you have the technical capacity to push the business. And as with every business and every agreement, there are documents that you can put in place. I mean, I remember, if you remember, I just mentioned something called a safe. A safe is one of those documents that you can execute in respect of your business that will keep you, the business owner, safe. It will also keep the investor safe. Another thing also is, like I said, in the case of Iroko TV, what they simply did was to divide equity in the business 50-50, so equal shareholding. It may not be 50-50 in your case, it may be 70-30, it may be 80-20, as the case may be. However, if you have a good and a viable business and you want to push that business and you do not have the funding, once again, bringing a partner on board may be the right choice for you. So we'll take a very brief break, and then we will come back after a few minutes and we'll continue from where we left off.
But you knew that. Steady Poe. Let's go. I like the way I'm feeling now. No confusion or regrets, but my blues and rhythm now. I like the way I'm feeling now. Oh, you got smart thing when it stress me, but right now I'm chilling now. Way out my feelings and nothing can stress me. The way I run the game, I'm feeling like referee. No, like Moses parting the Red Sea, like a chauffeur, me in the back of the Bentley. So I step out, all white, can't stain. What you want? Rosé, champagne? I got that. Big bag, back pain. Taking the piss, the only time I can't aim. So we toasted a good life, living every minute to the full, cause I could die. Pull up at the spot, open doors, and it's suicide. Chillin' rent free, where the check please? Couple hundred G's on a good night. I like the way I'm feeling now. No confusion or regrets, but my blues and rhythm now. I like the way I'm feeling now. Oh, you got smart thing when it stress me, but right now I'm chilling now. I like the way I'm feeling now. No confusion or regrets, but my blues and rhythm now. I like the way I'm feeling now. Oh, you got smart thing when it stress me, but right now I'm chilling now. Yeah. All I wanna do is jive, 220 on the highway. I'm about the energy, baby. If it's good, send it my way. If it's bad, keep it private. All these haters so vexed and the best alive. You don't want to test the guy. You been sleeping on yourselves, you test it fly. Throw myself a party, then act surprised. Be the highest in the room when the guests arrive. Yeah, ain't nobody realer. Touchdown, got a couple G's for the dealer. Gang signs out the window, my killer. Life getting sweeter, no use water, dilute my right bean. So we toast to the good life. Every minute to the full, cause we could die. Pull up open doors and it's suicide. Yeah, 16 bad, whoop, and they all by the poolside. I like the way I'm feeling now. No confusion or regrets, but my blues and rhythm now. I like the way I'm feeling now. Oh, you got smart thing when it stress me, but right now I'm chilling now. I like the way I'm feeling now. No confusion or regrets, but my blues and rhythm now. I like the way I'm feeling now. Oh, you got smart thing when it stress me, but right now I'm chilling now.
Hello, welcome back to the Law and Business Clinic on Aloore Radio. Once again, we are on www.facebook.com/Aloore Radio. You can also check us out on YouTube on YouTube, www.youtube.com/Aloore Radio, or check out our website www.alooreradio.com. So this morning we're talking about funding and startup funding tips, how to get funding for your startup, how to get funding or financing for your business. Already we've talked about two different methods of funding, two different methods of financing. We spoke about bootstrapping, and then we also spoke about getting a business partner. So now we're going to move on to yet another way to fund or to finance your business, and that is simply joining an accelerator or an incubator. Joining an accelerator or an incubator. Now, if you are building a business, you are building a startup, especially one that has a new or an innovative idea, you should find an accelerator or you should find an incubator program that will invest in your own niche, in your own business. Okay? Now, startup or business incubators, we'll start with the incubators. Okay? So, what is an incubator? What is a startup incubator? What is a business incubator? It's simply an organization or a platform that helps startups, that helps businesses or business owners to create their business. Okay? It helps business owners to finance, it creates business or investment opportunities, it gives you access to logistics, it helps you with technical resources, staffing, premises, etc., etc., etc. Okay? So what an incubator does, just like when they talk about an egg incubator, that if you are a poultry farmer, an egg farmer, you know what an egg incubator is. It's simply a device where you put a fertilized egg, and then that incubating machine creates the right environment for that egg to eventually to hatch into a chick. Okay, that's the same thing that a business incubator does for a startup or for a business. What it simply does is that it creates the right environment for you as a business owner to enable your company or your business to flourish. And like I said, it does this, by giving you access to financing. It does this by giving you access to investment opportunities. You may need a space, for instance, for your business. And so what an incubator does also is it gives you space, a location for you to run your business. It gives you, if you need equipment to run your business, an incubator also gives you access to equipment to run your business. So basically, all an incubator does is that it creates the right environment. It brings together the right environment and the right elements to help your business to flourish, right? Now, an interesting fact, data and research shows that only 20% of companies that are registered, only 20% of startups succeed. It shows that the remaining 80% of startups do not go beyond the first 5 years. So, what do you think causes this challenges? What makes startups to have such a high fatality rate? There are so many different reasons, and of course funding is one of those reasons, But the interesting thing is that the research also shows that companies that are part of an incubation program or an incubator platform usually have an 87% chance of success after 5 years. An 87% chance of success after 5 years. So what that simply means, is that an incubator or an incubation program gives you that added advantage, gives your business that added advantage that other businesses out there do not have, and so it increases your chances of success. Of course, being part of an incubator means that you are able to take advantage of shared services. You are able to have mentorship and guidance from professionals and other people, other entrepreneurs who are doing well. They provide mentorship and guidance for you. That's also part of what an incubator provides. And there are a lot of incubators in Nigeria and in the world. You know, a lot of companies have been part. In fact, some of the popular companies and businesses that we know today started their life in an incubator. Okay, and we have so many incubators out there, so many. So if you are starting your business and you have a business idea, you don't have the funding, you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the capacity to get your business going, I would advise that you find an incubator near you and you join that incubator. So for instance, we have incubators like in Ibadan we have what is called the EDC, the